you forget to, you want to change lanes, and you don't turn on your turning signal, and you try, he's gonna fight you. Like, hell, you need to stay in this lane, and you want to go here. Like, you be fighting. So I guess what we're gonna have to do is, in the winter time, we're gonna be shooting inside. We're gonna be vlogging inside. And in the summertime, we're gonna be on a bike, I guess, because guys, it's Sunday and it's extremely cold. Yes, it's very cold here, you know. But the good thing is, Georgia only get cold for like maybe a month, and we just say goodbye to it. So I can deal with it, you know. And the best part is we really don't have to, you know, worry about snow or any kind of that mess, you know. Although I miss the snow, but it is what it is. Mother Nature, nobody can stop it. So like I said, probably a month and a half or so, we should be saying bye-bye, and we will be back to normal while other people or other states suffer. So it's Sunday afternoon, like I stated. I hope the screen is a little better. Just want to do a quick, I'll say 5 months review on this beast of the 2024 Toyota Trd Pro. Got all the bells and whistles. I was gonna do a quick exterior shot, like a glamour shot before this video, but unfortunately my camera that I bought, it broke. I have a Sony FX30 and it's less than 1 year. The autofocus stopped working for whatever reason, I don't know. Luckily, I called Sony and they asked me to send it in for repair. So just keeping our fingers crossed. And that's the only reason why I bought that camera, because all the camera that I have in my arsenal are cinema cameras. You know, they don't have no autofocus, none of that stuff. So you practically have to be in control. And that is the only reason why I bought a camera, and the only reason why I wanted to use it. I can't because, yeah, a few days ago I wanted to shoot a project on my other job and just learned that autofocus stopped working. So that's the reason why I didn't do it. Also, I did a little teaser regarding the 10-year review of my Audi SQ5. That video is coming pretty soon. I wanted to watch the let me do the brake hold. I wanted to watch the car, make it a little bit presentable for you guys, but I haven't watched it yet. So hopefully when the weather gets a little bit nicer, I guess we can do it. So I have that coming up, the 10-year review, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why buying this car, if you can, shouldn't be a problem or burden or concern. Because, like I stated, 10 years from now, this is gonna be history. This is gonna be a hero, I promise you. And then they're probably gonna introduce something new, and that one we're gonna be bashing it. Okay, I guess you guys know what I'm talking about regarding the model of all these new Tundra, the twin turbo. They got rid of the V8s, and most people are going nuts. They're losing their minds. They're going crazy. Their world is coming crashing. I personally don't care. Number one, I never drove one before. I always wanted to buy a Tundra. And I guess if I would have bought it, it would have been those old ones, you know, because they look very good. They hold their value, you know. Although when this pulls up to you, it's making some statement, you know. You know that this truck is making a statement, all right? I've done a few mods, very, very subtle on the exterior. So people see it and it kind of, caught their attention. Now the only mod exterior wise that I wanted to do is to get me some big tires. Yep, that is the only mod that I want to do on that on this vehicle. But other than that, it came stock. I mean, virgin. It looks good. There's nothing to, for me personally. Although some people are buying it and still modding it, changing the shocks, and I'm like, why did you buy this if you know you're gonna be doing that? But as I stated, this make a statement. It's a hurt turner, just like the Harley. Whenever somebody pulls up to you, even truckers, when people with trucks, on the road, they will honk at you. They will stop, and you know that it's making a statement. So I like that. As my brother say, if you want to go all the way. So I just went all the way out. Okay. I love this truck. If you guys haven't seen my first impression, extremely happy, showing off the interior, the panel, pretty much everything. I've made 2.5 trips on this truck, racking over 15K miles on it already. My job is like, I'll say at least 100 miles, run trip. So, and I've been driving this truck. Like this is something that you just want to get up and drive. It's so fun to drive. And as I'm driving this, spending a lot of time in the cockpit, it's a few things that I've been learning, that I want to share with you guys. Now, before I bought this truck, there was 2 other, trucks that I wanted to buy, which is the Ford Raptor and the Ram T-Rex. Those were the trucks these 3 were my top, pick that I wanted to buy. And actually, I'm still thinking about, if I get any opportunity, I will buy the Raptor. So between those 3 trucks, and I picked this one. And the reason why I did was all because of the economy. Right now, the fuel economy, I'm sorry, but right now I'm averaging, the meter here says 18.8 mpg. However, the system inside tells me 23 mpg. Now, mind you, I don't baby this truck, but I don't push it either. The same way I'm driving is how I drive it. Now, every once in a while, I might do, Italian tune-up. And I did mention the Italian tune-up on my other video, and somebody asked me, he's like, what was Italian tune-up? Now, guys, in case you don't know, I don't even know who came up with that. But Italian tune-up is, every once in a while, you open up your engine, like you will speed it up, and, and I guess over speeding and, aggressive driving clears up the carbon buildups and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I've been doing to my, ever since I got my Audi. I've known this for a very, very, very long time. So, and you guys will be surprised when I release that video, or when I do that video. Maybe I'll say next week. Hopefully I'll watch the truck. If I don't get a chance to watch the truck, then oh well, we're probably gonna just shoot it as is. But yeah. So I was considering the the MPG on those trucks, okay, all the 3. And the reason why I chose this is because of the MPG. The worst of them all was the T-Rex. I think it was averaging, or it is averaging, I think 9 or 10 MPG. And then the Ford is behind him. And then this one, now driving this aggressively, hearing the turbo and, spooling it and all that kind of stuff, around 15, which is not bad. It's a truck. It's heavy, almost 6,000 pounds. machine brake. So it's not that bad at all. Which but I love Toyota. Okay, I've never owned one. I love Tundra. So things that I love about this truck, the ones that I didn't like about it, I think I kind of fix it by inserting these inlays. I have it all over the car. Like most of this stuff that we have in these cars are like plastic. The armrest here, there's a big compartment here where you can store stuff. You can put stuff in there. And it rattles, because of the plastic. If you put your key or something, even a cup, if you have like a tumbler or whatever, it will be rattling, and it makes noise, and it's very annoying, So personally, I kind of fix it. I went on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link in the description. Besides that, I can't really think of anything that I hate about the truck or I dislike. I know the regular Tundras, the non-hybrid, are suffering. They're having some issues with, the engine. Toyota claims that they left some debris during production or manufacturing, and it kind of, it was left in the engine, and it's causing some of these engine to fail. But they haven't seen any in the hybrid. These are all the non-hybrids. Just knock on wood, But and if they have seen anything in the non-hybrid, it's probably maybe 1%, probably. But I haven't seen anything or read anything regarding that, And I know Toyota, it's working on it to, fix it. But besides that, I don't think I have anything, like any complaint that I want to complain about this truck. I can't think of any. I know most people complain about some wind noise coming from the windows. Guys, I can hear any wind noise here. Mine has a very, very good seal. Again, maybe I got a good copy. I'm not exactly sure. But mine has a very, very, very good seal. So I have zero issue when it comes to that. People complaining about rattling. It rattles, the doors, making noise and things of that nature. My rattling issue is this one that I fixed. That was the only thing that was, rattling, which it can be very, very, very annoying, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. It can be extremely annoying. So I fixed that. So that is probably my only complaint. Most people complain about, here being a hard plastic. But guys, like how many times, if you have like a soft touch or whatever, how many times you're gonna be playing with this, console? You're like how many times you're gonna be doing that? So little things like that, I really don't care. It don't bother me. It don't bother me. I love it. It's a hard plastic, yeah, I love it. Now, what I would have wished Toyota would have done is to customize the cluster here. But you can customize it, but it's very, very minimal. Very, very minimal, So I would love to see more stuff on there. But probably that's it, Everything else, I was very concerned, when I was gonna buy the truck in the first place, when I started doing the research, and I didn't like the idea for me to buy the hybrid. But I think I fell in love with the hybrid. Maybe because of the MPG, I fell in love with it, Even the first 2 weeks that I bought the truck, I wanted to find a way to disable the start-stop technology, because as you guys can hear, the engine is off. And once I step on the gas it's not gonna kick in. The motor, the hybrid motor, can coast it for maybe 15 miles, 10 miles, and then the engine will kick in. I guess that's why this truck has no lag, when it comes to that. So I fell in love with a hybrid, although I kind of didn't like it, but I fell in love with it. So there's no complaint when it comes to that. I love the heated seat. My Audi, it will start from 3, and it will goes to, like all the cars that I have, all of them, the heated seat will start from high, and automatically it will decrease. This one stays there. You just have to adjust it yourself. I have some back issues, so it kind of helped me a lot. And then I've used the ventilated portion. I've used it maybe one time, and it felt so good. Most people were complaining like it wasn't very effective, kind of, sort of, but it worked very nice for me, honestly. So I love it. Okay. The screen, most people complains about the connectivity. It goes on and off and things like that nature. Guys, I've again, maybe I might have received the good copy, I guess. Like, it's very responsive, guys. It works as intended. It's very, very simple, the simplicity. And one thing that I love about this is because all the climate controls, all these controls that I have on here, I don't have to control it on the touch screen. That's one last thing that I'm gonna have to worry about, just in case the screen goes off. That means you can't control your AC or your fan or anything like that. So all these are like, physical knobs that Toyota, did, which I love it. Another thing, just looking down here, I saw that the wireless charger. Most people complain about it, like it's in a weird position, and the phone will bounce around and things like that nature. Guys, I haven't seen none of that. Like, when my phone stays there, it stays there. And I love another feature in there, which is the brake hold, which I've been using it. Anytime I get to a traffic light, stop, take my foot off the brake, car stays. I have it's old technology, but little things makes the usability of this truck interesting or enjoyable, if you will. But going back to the wireless charger, I've never had any issue. Now, what I can tell you is it doesn't charge very fast. So if you want it to charge faster, you're gonna have to connect your cable, which it has so many outlet USB-Cs all over the place that you can use back there in the front here. You can use to charge your phone if you want it faster. But those 2.5 trips that we made, it stays there, and I never, it works, guys. I don't know, maybe people just want to be crybabies. I'm not exactly sure, but honestly, to me, most of the stuff that they complain on their copies works fine for me. I don't know what else, I can ask for. And right in here, I don't know if you guys can see it from this side. Mine came with a safe. Let me see if I can open it. I gotta put a code in and then open it. But guys, it came with a safe. So I can put my PPU in there if I want to. And even with a safe, it has plenty of room that you can put you can store a lot of stuff on there. And it has a very, very easy accessible. Right here, you push the tray, it collapses, and you can get in there. I don't even remember the last time I opened this whole compartment. And something very interesting that I found about this truck This is the Crew Max. The Crew Max means you have a full-size truck and 5.5 foot bed in the back. What I can tell you is this truck, I think it has a 14, if I'm not mistaken, 14 cup holders. Okay, you have 2 here, you have 2 over there on the passenger side, you have 2 here, that makes 6. You have 2 here, that's 8. And then on the doors, you have 2 there, that's 10. You have 2 here, that's 12. And the middle seat over there, if you pull it, there's 2 more in there. Guys, it's just like seeing the Trd Pro all over the place. 14 cup holders, LO. And then on the bed, when you open it, I think you have 2 more. I don't know what Toyota was thinking, but they really was thinking about a crew in mind. You know, you can imagine you have a lot of guys in here going out to work and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you have plenty room for your cup holders. You don't have to worry about it. What else can I, say about this beautiful truck? Again, most people complaining about the hard plastic, making noise, rattling, the moonroof. Actually, I have a funny story I will share with you guys when I'm doing the review for the Audi in regards to the moonroof. But I have 0 issues when it comes to the moonroof, as you guys can see. I love that window, the rear window that goes all the way down. I love it. In the summertime, you feel like you're driving a mega convertible. The lane assist, guys, it is too strong. Now this is not a Tesla where it can self-drive, but this they call it, I think, Toyota 5 cents or whatever. I don't know the name. If you know it, you can put it down there. Safety sense or 5 safety, whatever they call it. But what I can tell you that it's a little bit aggressive. And if you give this car to a new driver, or like a new driver who's trying to learn to drive, I think they can crash it. Because when the truck is drifting and they don't pay attention, it pulls you back, in the lane. And I think it's very aggressive. I'm not exactly sure if you can go in the menu and adjust it. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't thought about it. But I think it's a little bit too strong, guys. It's a little bit too strong for me. So you can imagine if it's too strong for me, then it's gonna be a little bit difficult for a new driver. I don't drive with it on. The only time, which is not good, it's not good, guys, but the only time I turn it on is when I'm tired. And I think I need a little bit, push to get me to where I'm going. Then I'll turn it on. I'll activate it, and then I'll use it as a guide to, to drive. I don't rely on it to drive it for me, but I'm just being honest. That's the only time I turn it on. The rest of the time, this is off. Right now, it's off because it will vibrate the wheel, and it will, like, you'll be trying to, even if you forget to. You want to change lanes and you don't turn on your turning signal and you try, it's gonna fight you like, hell, you need to stay in this lane and you want to go here, like you'll be fighting. It's a little stronger to me. So maybe one day I'll play with the manual and see if there's a way that you can maybe turn it down a little bit. And I know you can disable everything. Also, this is a remote start. You can use your key to start it. Most people complaining that once you start it and then you go to the truck, you open it up, it goes off and you have to start it again. And they are making scene about it. And I'm trying to understand why. Because it's safety. It's safety, all right? What if somebody walks to your car and then, open it up and, steal it while it's running? I think it's safety. I don't know. There is a lot of stuff that I'm watching and listening, and people are complaining, and I'm like, it just don't make sense to me, guys. I know the video is a little bit long. I'm trying to think if I'm missing out anything. It has a memory seat here. I don't have to worry about it. The gas tank, you can actually lock it just like my all of my cars. You can have a peace of mind. Nobody can mess up with your fuel or your gas. Now, when this tank is big, so when I fill it up, man, this thing is going like over 500 miles before you can, refill it again. But other than that, I'm loving it. Besides the fact that it just wants to be driven. Like anytime you see it, like you just want to get in the truck and then drive it. Talk of power. It has the power, guys. It has the power. Oh, and speaking of the power, I'm not exactly sure if you guys can hear the sound when I step on the gas. Let me see if you guys can hear it. Let me step on it a little bit. It goes. It's get up and go. It goes, guys. Now the sound, I don't know if you guys hear it, but if you couldn't hear it, there's a sound that is mimicking the, I think the V8, and most people hate it. There's a way you can turn it off. Either you can go to a dealership and have it turn off, or there is this OBD reader. It's called Carista. Actually, they have a lot of them. I've had that Carista for almost as long as I've owned my Audi. And you can use it to customize it. That's what I did. I used it to customize the Audi, change the sound and do all that kind of stuff. And you can use it to do the same thing and turn it off. So I've had that for a very long time, almost a decade. So one day I want to do a little video and turn it on and off and see the difference. But I love the sound, man. I don't know why people hate it. Maybe they hate it because they say it's not V8 and it's pretend like it's V8, like it's a V8. I don't see the big deal. All right? If the truck is not V8 and it has a very nice sound, it's a music to my ears, man. It's music. I love it. And anybody that sits in, they were like, "Whoa, this sounds good." And I tell them it's fake. They were like, "Who cares about that?" It's not like it's annoying, it's droning, or no. So I really want to turn it off and on and see how it is. But I have zero issues, guys. And when I step on that gas, when you put it in the sports mode, guys, it's so joy to drive this truck, man. I'm telling you. I never thought that I would have that kind of joy driving this truck. Only thing is, there's no paddle shifter here. I have it on the Audi. There's nothing here. I think the TRX and then, the TRX and the Raptor has them, but this doesn't have it, which, is it a deal breaker? No. But I wish, it's there, but it's not. But yeah, once you switch it to sports mode, yeah, you can tell the difference. Like you can tell it rolls and the sound, it becomes much aggressive and it's very stiff. It's good, guys. It's good. So I wanted to end this video. If you can, like, as far as off-roading, I haven't tried anything, the 4-wheel, 2-wheel, whatever. I've never messed with anything. But I want to end the video saying that if you've seen this truck and you want to hop on it, go ahead and do so because it's a good buy. Don't be afraid of the engine. Nothing is permanent in this world. Okay? Don't be afraid. Just go ahead and hop on it. Like I stated, the beginning of every new technology suffers for quite some time until the manufacturer, figure it out. And it's funny how they're praising the V8, the aspirated V8. They're praising it. It has some issues too. When that truck came out the first time, I believe 2007 or 2003, I've been doing the research. They had a lot of recalls, So people are just making noise for no reason. But like I said it earlier, 10 years from now, this will be history. And they're going to be having a new motor. It's going to be iForce Max Pro or whatever. And it's going to be having the same issue, and they're going to be praising this one. So if you can, go ahead and hop on it. Until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. Adios.